Hi, my name is Brian Lane, certified podorthist with Dr. Comfort. Today I'd like to discuss proper shoe fitting techniques using our Brannock device. Now the Brannock device is a very useful tool. It takes 3 measurements: heel to the longest toe, heel to bunion or first metatarsal joint, and also width. This tool could actually be used for both men and women, left and right feet. The left foot or the left heel will actually go where it is indicated left heel, and the right heel where it says right heel. The men you'll actually find is in blue, and the yellow is it for ladies. Now, we have our first patient here today. We'll actually come have him walk in place right where he is. And this is perfect for him to walk in place, so we could actually get him in his most natural setting. So once we do that, we're going to put the right heel back first. Get his feet shoulder width apart. So once they're shoulder width apart, we'll make sure his heel is securely back in the heel cup of this Brannock. And I could do that by grabbing his instep. Once we've done that, then we check the first measurement from our shoe fitting form, which is heel to toe. Again, heel to the longest toe. It's not always the first toe. It may be the second toe. In this case, it is the first. And once I just mildly press down, I notice that he's about a 9.5. So I'd write that 9.5 on my shoe fitting form. Then we'd go to the next measurement, which is heel to bunion or heel to the MTPJ. In this particular case, this little sliding bar has an indicator to show exactly where the centered portion of that bunion is. In this case, once we've centered that and he's seated properly in the heel cup, I notice he's approximately a 10. Once he's made that measurement, that's when we take the calculation, the midpoint of 1 and 2. Since he's a 9.5 and a 10, you add those, divide by 2, you actually get 9 3/4, but we can't do that. We round up to a 10. If this patient had a heel to toe as 9 and the heel to ball as 10, we would actually split the difference as a 9.5. But in this case, we're rounding up to the 10. So once we've gotten that measurement, then we're going to take this sliding bar, which is checking for width, and we will come slightly over there, just mildly touching the lateral portion, which is the outside portion of the foot. I just press down just a little bit just to give it a little bit more room. Using that midpoint calculation, we take the 10 and actually find that he is a medium. From there, we'll actually lift the Brannock up after we've indicated that there, and then we'll go to the left foot. Again, have the patient walk in place. Once he's walked in place, we're going to try to get him so he's as close to that angle that he was at. And again, feet shoulder width apart. This is also a good time to also indicate that he should be wearing, or he or she should be wearing, socks at all times. Once he's back there, again, make sure he's securely in the heel of the Brannock device. Once he's done that, then we're looking for our measurements. The first one is heel to toe. So we look at that heel to toe measurement. In this case, he measures a true 10. We go to the heel to the ball, and we're looking at that one. We take the sliding bar, again, matching up the center of that sliding bar with the center of his bunion, and we get that he's measuring a 10 as well. Once we push the sliding bar over, the 10 just barely touching the outside there, and then just push down just a little bit, and we see that he is measuring a 10 medium. Again, we're always looking at the numbers that are facing us. Because he's a gentleman, we're looking in the blue. From these measurements, you may lift off there, sir, we've actually found that this particular patient is measuring a 10 medium. So from here, I will have the gentleman sit down, and from either if you have a display center or a travel display center, you will grab a 10, in this case a wide, off of the shelf. Now, we know that a 10 wide is probably going to be too wide for this gentleman. However, our display center has wides in all sizes. So looking at this, we will actually take that 10 wide, use a helpful fitting stool, just so I don't have to stay on my knees the entire time. From right here, grab a shoe spoon or a shoe horn, and this is where we're going to attempt to fit the patient. Ask him to lift his foot up using that shoe horn. I also call this the counter saver, just so we're not pushing down in the back there. So we put that and fasten it securely. This whole time, you should be doing each of these things for the patient. Again, do the same thing for the left foot, having the patient put that on, and again, securely fastening the Velcro strap. Once you've done that, I actually have the patient walk around. At this point, you'll be observing for any slipping or heel slipping or any issues that you might actually see. In this particular case, I do see that because this is a 10 wide and not a 10 medium. Once he's walked around comfortably for a few minutes, of course, you ask him how he feels, and then once he's weight-bearing, we'll actually feel both the width to feel if the ball joint is actually matched up at the break point of the shoe, which is just right across right through there, where the first and fifth MTPJ actually match up. And then you also check the length. Check the length by feeling for his toe. Once I push in, I feel his toe. You're looking for anywhere from 3/8 to a half an inch room. What I suggest is measuring your thumbnail to find out the distance between that. And again, we're still measuring we're still checking both feet, because remember, we're trying to measure for the longest foot. Again, based on the determination here, I would actually say that this gentleman is a 10 medium rather than a 10 wide. Again, depending on our style, that also might make a difference. Another useful tip after checking the width and length of the shoe is actually checking with your thumb and index finger, seeing if you could grab any sort of leather. Because I can grab that leather just like that, we definitely know that this shoe is too big. Again, the wide is not sufficient for this patient, so more than likely we would go to a 10 medium. In closing, I'd like to make sure that you follow a couple other procedures when donning patients' shoes. One in particular would be to check for debris. Make sure there's nothing loose or anything that's actually in the shoe. Second of all, flex the shoe. Break it in a little bit. Make sure it's comfortable for the patient. And you also, from here, you'll be ordering the shoes for the patient. So have them with you select an appropriate style shoe that will be beneficial to that patient and match that patient's lifestyle and foot as best possible. The final comment is that you want to go from ordering from here. We have multiple ways that you could actually order. You could actually order by faxing in the order if you're using non-custom heat moldable inserts. If you are ordering customs, of course, accompany the order form with a foam impression box. We also have an online portal. You could actually order, again, heat moldable inserts as well. Or please call our customer service, and they will be able to fill your orders for you. Again, if you have any future problems or questions with fitting, please don't hesitate to call any one of our number of certified podorthists who are on staff here at Dr. Comfort. Thank you.